Hello and welcome to Talk to Downtown. My name is Courtney Wood. I'm the Economic Development Director for the Downtown Stockton Alliance, the 501c6 nonprofit property-based business improvement district serving downtown Stockton. This series is intended to connect our business owners, property owners, visitors, and residents with the organizations, people, and resources which impact our community. Today, we have special guest Joy Neas. She is a local artist and the organizer of ArtSplash, a Downtown Stockton event series. So I'm very excited to talk to Joy today. We'll begin by having Joy share a little bit about her background and how it led her to organizing ArtSplash, and then I will go through a list of questions that I've outlined for her, and at the end, we will open it up for viewer questions. So if you do have a question, please type it in as a comment, and we will get to it towards the end of the live. With that, welcome, Joy. Thank you so much for being our guest today. Please tell us a little bit about your background and how it led you to organizing ArtSplash.
Thank you, Courtney. I've been surrounded by the arts all my life. I took dance lessons, piano lessons. I had art in school, after school. Did cake decorating, social dancing. I was in choir. I belonged to the Campfire Girls and learned crafts. And Sunday school, we did crafts. And so I've been exposed to art in many ways. I went to private lessons with making ceramics and oil painting and macrame. I learned from my family members, some of my neighbors, they taught me how to paint. So it really takes a village to raise a child. And they really immersed me in the arts. My father, would take me to museums, and my mother, before she got married, she traveled to 33 different countries. So she had all these stories about countries and souvenirs. And I was just fascinated with everything she did. And my father taught me how to look at nature. That's one of the most important things, in the arts, is how to see and what to see and seeing in new ways. And one of my favorite things to do is photography. So I would experiment with that. I'll say I had one bad experience in 8th grade. I was in an art class, and there were some fellow students. They took a dislike to me for some reason, and I had some drawings, and they took razor blades and they came and they cut my drawings. So I was really afraid, and I thought, oh, I can't stay in this class. So I got out of the class. I was out of art for like 5 years, but I learned typing. I did different forms of art. I did sewing and drama and this and that. And so I would have never learned any of that if I would have just stayed in those art classes. And then when I graduated high school, I went to Alaska on a cruise, but it was a lifelong learning cruise. And they had classes, and one of the classes was an art class. And when I got back from the cruise, I said, that's it. I decided to devote my life to art. So that was in 1980. So it's been 44 years.
A long career, a long successful career. And so what kind of led you to deciding to focus on downtown Stockton and organizing an event series like ArtSplash?
So actually, the Downtown Stockton Alliance, you guys have been doing an art walk in downtown, and I would always participate and everything. And then, I think it was in 2012, they were going to stop doing the art walk. So 4 of us artists, we all got together and we said, we got to continue this. Stockton needs to have the arts represented and, have a place for people to showcase their art and a place for people to see art. So, Gene Azevedo, he was with the Mexican Heritage Center. Barbara Zaruba, she was with the Law Library. Every month she had a different artist would show in the Law Library. And then Arturo and Anna Vera with Art Expressions and me. So we decided to put this whole thing on. And I want to talk about downtown. A lot of people, they're afraid to go downtown and worried about downtown. Downtown is the best part of Stockton. If you don't go downtown, you're missing everything. I've really studied like all the historic landmarks. We have 52 landmarks in Stockton. Half of them are downtown. So you got all the history, the culture, the waterfront. I can't think of any other city, Modesto, Tracy, Manteca, Lodi. They don't have any of that. Stockton, we got it all. So
We do. I love it. Thank you for giving us a little insight, into your background and into the reason why you wanted to organize ArtSplash. So, in your own words, why do you feel like the arts are such an important piece of any community?
Right. When I first came here, I didn't know what urban planning was, and I ended up. I don't drive, but I took a Greyhound bus and I took the ACE train. I took BART. I took all these public transportations to go finish my degrees, a BA in humanities and a master's in urban planning. And I learned about, what makes cities. And they have an expression called quality of life. So the arts, they are what is quality of life. I mean, without the arts, you have nothing. There's no design, there's no architecture, there's no, public art, any of the things that we go to, concerts, festivals, parades, galleries, on and on. Everything is art. If you take all that away, there's nothing. One of the shows I'm most proud of, I did in, I think it was 2015. It was part of ArtSplash. It was over at the Mexican Heritage Center, and it showed what a world without art looked like, and then what a world with art looks like. I mean, a world without art, you have nothing. So I think the city of Stockton or any city really needs to devote money and resources to building up the arts. I got one quote here. It's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Though we travel the world over to find the beautiful, we must carry it with us or we find it not. And when I wrote my planning report to get my master's, I used that in my report, but unless we're exposed to art, we don't know how to carry it. So that's why I think it's so important for, when I came here, I hadn't seen all these festivals and all the parades and just everything that Stockton has. It's abundant. Everybody's saying, oh, we have to go to San Francisco and Sacramento and Oakland and every other city. No, you don't. You can stay right here in Stockton. We got it.
We do. There's so much going on. And what do you love most about contributing to the creative culture here? You've been talking about preserving it and, why it's so important to have art, but what do you enjoy about it most?
I really, when you're an artist, you spend a lot of time alone, and you're studying art and you're making art. A lot of times you do that alone, but then there's the other part is you share your art. So I love sharing it, and what I love as much as that is helping other people share their art and learn about art, that finding their creative side. When they say, oh, I'm not an artist, everybody is an artist. We're not talking about how good you are, how bad you are, whatever. If you enjoy doing something, you're an artist. You should be free to do what you love and find what you love. Like, people would say I dabbled or whatever, but I went through all these different art forms and learned, oh, this is what I love. I'm going to pursue that. So like ceramics, they're really not my thing. But I did it. I did them. I found out that I really enjoy crochet. As soon as I picked up the crochet hook, I just couldn't put it down. As soon as I picked up a camera, I couldn't put it down. So you find what you love and you do your best with it. So.
I love it. So you love kind of encouraging people to try different types of art forms that maybe they've never done before. It's just
Right.
about trying to be creative, just trying it out. You don't have to worry about whether it's up to someone else's standards. I love that. And a lot of what you do is volunteer. So that it's just so beautiful. You just donate your time to the arts community and to downtown. So I just think it's wonderful. So can you now tell us, just in case anyone listening doesn't know what ArtSplash is, can you tell us about ArtSplash, the event? What is ArtSplash? What can people expect at an ArtSplash event?
So ArtSplash, pretty much, I call it a downtown art walk. Usually we would have multiple venues and you'd go from place to place and you would see various art forms, various performances. So it's like a self-guided tour, like, oh, I'm going to pop in here, I'm going to pop in there. You could really make a night of it. You could go eat at a restaurant, go to a few venues, see some art, buy some art, enjoy the art. So that's basically what we do. This is we had a big, massive event at the Hotel Stockton in the lobby. Probably the most artists we ever had in one place right there. So.
It looks cool. I love all the displays.
Yeah, that was a feat. Then this, and I bet most people don't know this venue right here. That's in the Elks building on the second floor of the Elks building. The first floor has Subway there. right on Weber and I think it's San Joaquin. No, not San Joaquin. Weber and Sutter.
Sutter, yeah.
Yeah, Weber and Sutter. And so this is a courtyard inside of the building, and it's open. If you look up, it's open to the sky, and we had all the displays inside there.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's really cute inside of there if no one has seen it. And can you tell everyone how long you've been organizing ArtSplash? The special year.
Yeah, I've been doing it since 2012. This was inside of the Crest lobby. So they used to have art exhibits inside the law library. Then Barbara Zaruba, she left the law library, but we had the exhibits in the lobby of the Crest building. So this,
I love all the paintings.
Beautiful. Yeah. So actually, these are, I think, digital photographs.
Oh, wow. And they look so, like, the colors look so vivid. Beautiful. Okay. And then we've got some additional art.
Yeah. So this is Spike. He's a photographer. So that's inside of the Hotel Stockton. But we started in 2012 and we went through 2019. Then we took 3 years off because of COVID. And then we restarted last year. So we're trying to get the ArtSplash going again. This is we've had crochet work. Several people have shown their crochet. That's inside the Crest lobby. So
as people walk in, it looks like there are various art displays, and sometimes it looks like people can join in and just kind of do some art themselves. Is that true? Okay.
Yeah. So this is one, draw it out. Cleveland School Remembers. They ended up making wish flags. This was over at the Mexican Heritage Center. So it was asking people to envision what would make their neighborhood a better and safer place. And so they painted on these flags, and then they wrote their wish.
That's beautiful. What a beautiful thing to do. And I see, let's see, there's some chalk as well. This is cool.
Yeah, Felicia Ruiz Kuhn, she would come and chalk under right by the theater, by the Regal, and she would chalk different scenes from movies. And you see me in the red shirt. So I was chalking. When I first came to Stockton, I didn't know what chalk art was. So I learned about chalk art in Stockton. And that's one of my favorite things to do now too.
Wow. So ArtSplash 10 years. This is 10 years for your guys' events. And so people they walk in, they can see, whatever art is on display, possibly do some art themselves. And I also see that you have music at these events.
Yeah, we've had music, we've had dance. This is the cello quartet. Minnie Eichley, the back left side. She's one of our biggest supporters for the ArtSplash. She usually comes and she's given money to it and really enjoys what we're doing.
Awesome. So can you tell everyone, when does ArtSplash take place? What are the dates this year for the 10th anniversary?
So it's always the second Friday of the month. So there's our logo. This was done by John Gerzon from Jagged Lines of the Imagination. It was an art school that we had here in Stockton. And so he made our logo for us. I wanted to say that my husband, Frank Neas, thought of the name ArtSplash. So I will give credit to my husband for the name.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
And so the time, you said the second Friday of
Yes, second Friday.
Month?
So it's usually starts in May, goes through October, and it's 5 to 8 in the evening.
Awesome. And
So
the great thing about this event is it's free, right? It just the community can just come, join in, check out the art, try some art, listen to music. Sometimes there's snacks even.
Yeah, sometimes we have receptions. Last year, for the first time, we got a grant from the Stockton Arts Commission. So we had quite a few receptions that was able to pay for more promotion and the food.
Wonderful. And this year, it's taking place at RTD, is that correct?
Yeah, right now. So over the years, we've had a total of 40 different venues. For one reason or the other, some have dropped out, but RTD, they're the place. We're doing it in the lobby of the Transit Center on Weber Avenue, 421 East Weber.
Awesome. I'm going to put it up. The next one will be August 9th, 5 to 8 p.m.
And that's this Friday. We'll have 3 artists in the lobby. Amelia Lewis, she does collage. She will also have some supplies if you want to make a collage. Diana Butner, she has a lot of new work. If you go to her house, it's utterly amazing. Her whole house has a mural on it. She's painted the outside, she's painted the inside. The inside looks like you're in Hawaii. And she's always painting new stuff. She just did a project for the Blind Center. I provided the paint for that, and she painted the work. So that's going to be on display there at the Blind Center. But she'll have some of the art that she's been doing, and then Damon Gress. He's one of our featured artists. He's been with us for quite a while.
Awesome. So it sounds like, and that's this coming July 12th? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got the ticker coming up here, July 12th, 5 to 8 p.m., RTD lobby. So Joy was just mentioning some of the interesting artists that will be there, some of the activities. So I hope anyone who's never come down to ArtSplash will come check it out. Come check it out this Friday. And if you have ever been to ArtSplash, come on back, come back. It's a free event. You're looking for something to do on a Friday night. Why not enjoy the arts in downtown?
And there's one thing I think RTD could help with this. I'd love to talk with the executive director of RTD, but it would be nice if we could have a shuttle, the use of a shuttle to take people from downtown over to Yosemite Street. They're also having an event on Yosemite Street. So, we could connect all these different art events at the, they're happening at the same time. So you don't have to choose, oh, if you're going here, you going there. You can go to both of them, come to ArtSplash and then go to Yosemite Street.
Right. Nothing should hold you back. I love that idea. Maybe we can see what RTD can do. Let's look into that. So what do you hope the impact of attending ArtSplash will be on attendees? Like, what do you want people to walk away with?
I really want people, like, that's how I've found out so much about downtown, going to new venues. And, I'm always searching for artists and performers. And so so many of the artists who have shown at the ArtSplash are now doing other things. Saul Cerna, he started with the ArtSplash. And then he went to the Mexican Heritage Center and worked with them. And now he has his own place, the Catalyst. So the ArtSplash has kind of been a jumping off point for artists. Our youngest artist, she had her own show. Her name's Penny Adami, and she was 5 years old, and she had a whole exhibit. So it's giving young artists a place to show their work and experience. I would like to have more student artists. We had a lot of students from Weber Institute with Luz Lua. They actually have shown in the RTD in the lobby. Now, RTD would like new art in the lobby. So there's opportunities that, venues want art and artists need a place to show. So connecting everyone together and then bringing the public downtown and just seeing what's available in Stockton.
I love that. I did attend ArtSplash, I think back maybe in 2018, and it was awesome because you got to just see kind of the inside of certain venues downtown that maybe you wouldn't have gone to otherwise. I think it was in the Funds Museum at that time, and I was like, oh, how cool. And it was the first time I had ever been inside, because they're not always open. So it was a really rare chance to kind of see the inside of a downtown building, and also get to enjoy some wonderful local creatives. So yeah, highly encourage people to come check it out. And also, if anyone is interested in being one of your artists, being one of the displays, how can they get in touch with you?
So I usually do things on email. If they could email me, dibsonart@yahoo.com.
Perfect. We've got your email up here. So if you are a local creative, if you're a local creative and you think maybe you want to participate in ArtSplash as one of the exhibits, show off what you're doing, share it with the community, or maybe you have a craft you want people to learn how to do, you want to be one of the demonstrations, reach out to Joy, be a part of it. Let's all get involved. I love that. Okay, so switching gears, outside of ArtSplash, I know that you do pop-up chalk art and other kind of demonstrations at events throughout Stockton. You do a lot downtown, but you do them all throughout the community. So are there any events coming up where we might see you doing a little bit of chalk art?
Yeah, I'm not sure about chalk art, but I do have, there's a Christmas in July event at the Mexican Heritage Center. That's a week from Friday, July 19th. Through the 21st, I'll be selling some of my crochet ornaments. So you guys can come out and see what I got. And then I have 3 different things in September. We have Art Break Day. And this is the 12th year we've that I have done Art Break Day in Stockton, and this year it's going to be at the Courthouse Plaza in one of the hallways there. So we'll have tables set up, and you can get to come out and paint and draw and do crafts all day long from 9 to 5. So that's September 6th, the first Friday in September. Then I'm going to show some of my work at the Stockton Art Night. That's on September 11th. It's at the Civic Auditorium, the North Hall. And then the last one, it's with you guys, the Downtown Stockton Alliance, the Mid-Autumn Festival. So I'll be back. This year is the year of the dragon. We'll have dragon crafts.
Awesome. So you've got a lot coming up. September 6th,
Yep.
September, you said 11th for the Civic Center?
Yeah, so September 11th and September 14th for the Mid-Autumn Festival.
Wow, a lot coming up in September, a lot of art,
Yeah,
you know, so
yeah.
people got to come downtown, check it out, see what Joy's doing. I love it. So you're a big advocate for downtown Stockton. You've already talked a lot about the wonderful landmarks we have here, you know, the history we have here. Tell us, you know, what do you love most about downtown Stockton?
I just, as soon as I didn't even know where Stockton was actually. And my cousin, she moved to Oakdale, and then I found out that Kaufman and Broad was building in Stockton. So we came out here to buy a house. And as soon as I saw downtown Stockton, I said, this is it. We've been like moving around from place to place to place to place, but I just love the architecture, the waterfront, all the culture. It's like all a combination, all in one. And I don't know of any other city that has that. So I've been very happy here. I've lived here for 31 years now.
Yay! And you've definitely made a huge impact on the community while you've been here. So thank you, Joy.
Thank you.
So speaking of downtown, since you spend a lot of time here and you love it, can you tell us what are some of your favorite lunch spots in downtown Stockton?
Favorite lunch spots, Neas. I like their the shrimp, the taco salad with shrimp. It's really good. And Masaki, I get their gyoza. It's pot stickers. They got a ton of Mexican restaurants down here. I like Ochimilco, their cheese enchiladas, and Cancun, the guacamole tostada.
Ooh.
And then
Yeah, we have so many options. Oh, go ahead.
you got to go to Plaza Perks. Plaza Perks, that's the place. If you like a smoothie, the peach smoothie. Oh my God, that is to die for.
The best one.
That's the best one.
I love Plaza Perks. Yeah. And they're open late. If anyone's seeking a coffee a little bit after the, you know, noontime or 1 p.m., Plaza Perks is still open. So it's a good option. Thank you, Joy, for sharing some recommendations. So we're almost through my list of questions. So if the community, if you guys have any questions for Joy or comments for Joy, feel free to make them in the chat. You've been working in the Stockton arts community for 31 years, you know, basically, and you've been really involved, often, you know, donating your time just to share art with the community and encourage people to get out there and to do art themselves, myself included. Thanks for all the times you've included me in the chalking. Where do you hope to see the Downtown Stockton art community in the next 5 years?
Well, glad you asked. I will say art needs to be a really high priority for the city, especially like the mayor and city council. I think that we would have a downtown art center. I don't drive. It's too hard for me to get over to Tracy or Lodi, and both those cities have art centers. I think it's time that Stockton has an art center, that we could have performance, workshops, a gallery all in one place. In the whole of Stockton, we have about 5 galleries. That is pretty poor. Like if you go to Tahoe, you got 5 in a block. But anyway, so I would just like to see more art events, like outside. You were mentioning about Diversity Plaza, like using some of the public spaces, more public art, more support for the arts. Right now you gotta pay a lot to like close a street or to use a parking lot, or so some of those, it makes it very prohibitive to do anything. I've wanted to have a car show and I don't have any place to do it, so just more support for the arts from the city. I love what the Downtown Stockton Alliance is doing. I think Visit Stockton needs to do more. They don't even know what the ArtSplash is. They said, "Oh, what's the ArtSplash?" Well, have you been to Stockton? But
Been around a while.
So I just think we just have to stop having so many barriers for art. I'd love to see the Stockton Arts Commission, what they've done in other cities. They could train people to do public art. Right now, I would love to do public art, but it's a 20-page application and you have to have done it before. Well, how do you break into something you haven't done, So I'd love some training, learn how to do it. We have a new sculpture at Victory Park, and the artist, I thought, oh, here he did it in a warehouse. I don't know where he did it, but he said how much help he got from the city and different public works and this and that. I'd like to know how it's done so I could apply. Allow the community to go and paint murals on buildings or on any of these walls. I heard that in San Diego, they like put up walls and you paint on them. We're always looking for walls to paint. Well, let us paint. Give us a paintbrush. Give us some paint, and don't say, oh, we don't like the subject and we don't like this, and you don't know what you're doing, and so how did anything ever get started? People start in like kindergarten. The first thing I ever did in art was finger painting. We could go out and do a handprint mural. I don't know.
Right. Something easy, something that anyone could do, but it's just the point of having the community involved. That would be cool.
That there have been artists we could have like, a supervising artist. And I think like Timo Moreno, he's done a number of things with the community. So some artists who knows what they're doing, who's done the thing before, could come out and lead the project and let the community be involved. Welcome our input. So
Yeah, having someone to organize it and kind of, tweak it if it needs to at the end, but letting multiple people be involved to get it started, to get something created anyway. I love it. You have big dreams. An
yes.
art center in downtown would be amazing. That would be so amazing. Having performances all the time, just art displayed. That would be beautiful. So I'm with you on that one for sure. And now I want to ask if anyone is listening, wants to get involved in ArtSplash. Maybe they want to volunteer. They want to help you to put on the event. Maybe they want to help you, coordinate with the artists. How can they get in touch with you? What should they do? Yeah.
So the best way is to by email.
Okay.
Like right now, I don't drive. My husband just passed away, and he was the driver, and so I have no way to haul, A-frames and display racks and so many of the things that need to be happening to have an art show, the ArtSplash. Now I'm going to ask all the artists to bring their own displays. I'm sorry to do that, but I have no way to provide these things for them now. So if someone wants to help me, recruit artists, help set up, haul things, set up things, break down things, they can contact me.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like you could use a little extra support this year.
Yeah.
Yes. And we are definitely sorry for your loss, Joy. And I do appreciate you, being on the show today, being able to talk about ArtSplash and the work that you're continuing to do. It's just wonderful. Okay, so my last question for you, Joy, is there anything else that you want people to know or understand about ArtSplash or the Stockton arts community?
Yeah, I'm thinking there's two important things. When I see people walking around, a lot of times, and if we have, some art or whatever, and a lot of times they just walk right past. And I'm just thinking if I would see something, I would be curious. I would go investigate. I would say, what are you doing? Oh, isn't that interesting? I mean, and like get involved in things. The other thing is so many people I've talked to, unfortunately, they think that they just have to be paid for everything. Oh, how much are you paying? Well, to me, I may not be getting paid for this, but my heart is full because I've given people an opportunity. So be willing to volunteer and give of yourself, give of your time, and you may get paid in other ways. You don't always need money to be paid. So that's what I'd like to say to people. Just really be curious and volunteer.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Yeah, like if someone is doing something on, maybe they're drawing something on the sidewalk, just ask, what are you doing? That's really interesting to hear. Just be curious. I love that. And you're right. I think that you yourself are a testament to that volunteering, so many of the things that you do, as I've mentioned, are just, donating your time, donating your art supplies even to the community. You've done so much of that. So I think you really modeled that, and I hope people can follow your lead, really. So thank you. Thank you, Joy. Okay, I have no further questions on my side of things. Let's see if we've got any audience questions. Oh, wow. Okay, we've got quite a few. Let's dive in. All right, so if you do have a question or a comment for Joy, please type it in now. Now's the time. Are you ready? Ready for
Yes.
this?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. So let's begin. This is a comment from Johnny Palacios on Facebook. He says, "We love you, Joy. You bring a better quality of life to downtown with your art and wonderful ideas." Awesome. Okay, and Johnny's got a question for you. He says, "Through the past years, what are a few of your most memorable art projects that you've been involved in?" Ooh, good question.
So I was thinking kind of my journey here. I love First Night Stockton. That was one of the greatest things we ever did. We had it for 8 years in downtown. It was on New Year's Eve. It was family friendly, and it was like a big art splash. It was. You went from venue to venue, saw the arts. They had a parade. It was amazing. And I was in charge of the visual art venues for that. Also, I never knew about paroles. It's the Filipino Star Lantern. And once I came here, I learned about Little Manila and how to make a parole. I've been teaching that for 20 years now. So, I also volunteered with the University Neighborhood Renaissance Committee, and we did all kind of programs, art programs on the Miracle Mile. These were important things, like with Cleveland School Remembers, working with the Draw It Out, trying to educate people about, all the gun violence there is in Stockton and all different places, how we should lock up our guns. And one of the greatest things there, we for 3 years we had an art show. It was called Art Against Violence. And people got to express, just giving people the opportunity to express themselves, violence that they have seen, various abuse, this and that, and they made art about it. So I mean, those have all been memorable to me, besides the ArtSplash.
Wonderful. Thank you, Joy, and thank you, Johnny, for your question. Okay, we've got a comment here. This is from Martina Morio. She says, "I admire your passion, patience, knowledge, and dedication and support of our artists."
Thank you, Martina. I love our daily talks on the phone.
Aww, awesome. Love to see the community working together. Okay, and here we have a comment from Nate Knott. Nate says, "Great for ArtSplash to get a funding grant. Also great for RTD to host ArtSplash in their downtown transit center boardroom on Weber Avenue at Sutter Street. Yay!" So shout out.
I will say about Nate, I would love to be able to go back into the boardroom at RTD. Right now we're in the lobby, but when Nate was with RTD, he sat in the boardroom with a little clicker, and anytime somebody came in, he'd count how many people. So that would give us a little more space, but it's nice to have the lobby too. So.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you, Nate, for your comment. Okay, this is a comment from Alicia Vanderboer. She says, an art shuttle sounds like a great idea. Okay, so you've got other people on board. Martina says also Van Gogh. So maybe we could try that. Look into Van Gogh for the shuttle. Awesome.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, if Stockton wants to be a leader, I used to go to San Jose State, and they'd have this thing called a dash, and it was a little shuttle that took you around the downtown and would drop you off. And I went there went to San Jose the other day. They have got rid of their dash, so there's no way to get any place. So if we want to show up another city, we could have like an art dash or something.
Oh, that'd be cool. Art dash.
Art dash to the ArtSplash.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, to all the art venues. I love that. Okay, so there's a couple more questions both of them are from Martina. So the first one is ArtSplash an event for kids? Good question.
Yes.
Kids are welcome.
Yes. It's for all ages. You know, our youngest exhibitor was 5 years old. Our oldest was over 90. But there's always something going on, performance, artists, interactive art. So it's perfect for families. Yes.
I love it. And then a follow-up question is it free to participate as an artist in ArtSplash?
Yes, everything's free. Free for the artists, free for the community. It's all free.
That's what makes it such a beautiful event. I love that about it. So this is a couple more comments. This is from Nate. So he says, Tracy has an art center in its historic downtown theater that is used 7 days each week. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Yeah. That's what I was hoping that the Empire Theater on the Miracle Mile would do, but they tore it down. So I recommend to visit Stockton. We could have a hotel tax and use all of that money to renovate all the downtown historic buildings. So bring them back to use rather than just sitting there or, going up in flames.
That's an interesting idea. Yeah, I wonder, City Hall, kind of
City
going
Hall.
to be vacated eventually. I wonder if there could be something there, Just an idea.
That's one idea.
So this is from Michael Huber. It says Drew Hunt is planning an art studio in his building on Grant in Maine. So another art gallery. Good news.
I'd love to see it.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it, Drew.
Okay. Alicia agrees with the comments so far, saying Sonoma has a great downtown art center. If we could have a center like that, it would be wonderful. Totally agree. Thank you, Alicia. Okay, Michael Huber. He says, thanks for all you do for downtown, Joy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Wow, there's so many. This is awesome. I'm so glad that you're getting a lot of comments. Let's see if we've got any more questions. Okay, this one's a question. This is from Martina again. She's asking, how can people financially support ArtSplash? Yeah, I would love to know.
I don't know. Give me a check.
Oh, there you go. Do you take donations at all?
Yes. Several people have given checks. Then where we get our printing, sometimes they donate their services. So that's been very helpful with the ACE printing and litho and the Office Depot Max. They've really helped us out.
Okay. And so people, if they're looking to donate or, write a check at all, would it be to the ArtSplash? Like, as an organization?
Probably to me, myself. My husband, he would often pay whatever was needed, so it'd be coming out of our money.
Personal account. Yeah, because it's all been free. Thank you. Good to know. Thank you, Martina. Okay, so we've got a couple more comments. It sounds like people are really interested in painting something similar to Sacramento's Wide Open Walls. I have seen that project. Have you?
That would be wonderful. In Manteca, they have a mural group, and they go around and they paint their walls. In Lodi, they've had the wall dogs. They've come out and painted walls. So they seem to do it in all the other cities.
There you go. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Last comment that we'll take will be Nate Knott. He's suggesting that the city could provide downtown shuttles by sponsoring and assisting RTD in finding sponsors to reimburse the cost providing this service. Okay, so, and he knows all about transit, so I trust his recommendation.
Okay, we need to save that and give it to Christina Fugazi. Get her on that.
There you go. I'm sure she would be on it. Okay, well, I don't see any other questions. Thank you everyone for submitting questions and submitting comments for Joy. I want to say thank you. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you, Joy, for your time and all the hard work that you've done for the Downtown Stockton arts community and the Stockton arts community at large. Thank you so much for everything that you do. It's important, the arts are important, as you shared earlier. So, I love that we've been able to acknowledge the work that you're doing, and just everything that's going on with ArtSplash. So thank you so much, Joy, and thank you so much, viewers. I would like to remind everyone that this video, it's been streaming live to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, where we are at Downtown Stockton. So I hope you guys learned a little bit more about the Downtown Stockton arts community, and I hope that you all come out to ArtSplash, the next one being this Friday, and thank you. So Joy, do you have anything you'd like to share before we close out?
I think you were wondering about that one picture. You didn't show it.
Oh, which one?
But the people in outfits.
Oh, yes. Okay, please. I do have that photo. We do have a collection of photos that Joy had sent over, and there was one I was really curious about because there were costumes in it. Costumes at ArtSplash. I think I have it up here. Let's see. I just got to find it. Oh, here it is. Yes.
There it is.
Thank you. Tell me about it.
Now this is, they're called the Society of Creative Anachronism, and they're like a medieval Renaissance group. Merced and Donna Romero. Donna's in the middle. She's weaving, but they came several times to the ArtSplash. They were in costume in their outfits. They were doing metal work, pottery, weaving, embroidery, just a lot of like medieval arts. It was utterly amazing. So
this is awesome.
yeah, so Merced was one of the very first artists in ArtSplash, and he's involved in this group. So he asked if they could come. So it's really, if you're involved in something, if you can think of anything, most of the ideas, they come from, my head, but I mean, anything that someone would like to see, would like to introduce, we're open to it. So
Wonderful. Yes, I love going to like Renaissance fairs and like the Dickens Fair and things like that. So when I saw the costumes, I was like, "Ooh, what is this?" So thank you for sharing what they're doing. I love that. Okay, well,
all right.
thank you again, Joy, for your time. We'll keep up the good work with the Stockton arts community, and thanks viewers for tuning in. And with that, I would just like to say, have a great day downtown. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.